Lucas Erceg joins us here on A's Cast Live, just chatting it up to South Bay guys as he grew up down in the South Bay, grew up in Campbell, and man, it just has to be surreal, right? Playing in the Bay Area, growing up here and being with the A's. Here, let's get this up here. Gary,
is that better?
Yeah. How is it? I mean, playing in the Bay.
I've told plenty of people this over the last couple of days. It's just baseball's it's full circle for me. Growing up in the Bay Area, being an Oakland A's fan myself, and going to Cal, and eventually getting drafted by the Brewers and all that stuff. But to be able to be here and have this opportunity to pitch for my hometown team is it's surreal. I still haven't come down from it.
I know. It's just like you're wearing the uniform. And first time you're wearing the uniform, you walk out onto the field. What was that like?
Just a bunch of memories of me, going to A's games growing up. I've never actually stepped foot in on the field. So, doing that for the first time, it was kind of like a fresh breath of fresh air.
You've had a very interesting story. Talk about that story of getting drafted and just how everything has been for you to where you are now.
Yeah. I did both in college. I hit and pitch, and when I got drafted by the Brewers, the pitching took the back seat and kind of kept it in my back pocket, but never really thought of it as being a reality. So for me to revisit being a pitcher and kind of saying sayonara to the offensive side of baseball, it was a little hard for me to understand at first. I didn't really want to let go of that passion that I had for hitting, but developing more and more into a pitcher season by season for the last couple of years has really put things into perspective for me, and realizing that not a lot of people get the second opportunity that I did, and I made sure that I was going to do everything I could to take advantage of it.
Now, we have mentioned here on this show, if the A's get in a pinch, I looked at your numbers. You hit bombs at AAA. I'm just saying, if the A's get in a pinch, I'm looking down. I might be saying, Erceg, grab a bat. I mean, you've got numbers in AAA. Mm-hmm. What do you think if, like, all of a sudden they said, hey, man, get the bat. Let's let it rock.
I'm definitely not asking, for approval or anything like that, but I'd always be ready for sure.
Because you had some pretty deep. I mean, it's not like you didn't have numbers at AAA. You had numbers.
Yeah. I swung it a little bit for sure, but that's not. Haven't picked up a bat in a couple of years, and it hasn't really been a thought for me. But like I said, if the opportunity presents itself, then I'm more than willing.
We always talk about how things change in our life beyond, what happens between the line. Talk about changes in your life off the field are the reason why you're here today.
Yeah. I made some off-field changes, and I think COVID really exposed that for me. Putting down the bottle was one of the biggest things that I could have done in my life. And I think it was the greatest decision I've ever made moving forward, especially just for, my relationships outside of the field too. It kind of put things into perspective for me. It made me realize that, there's a lot more to be thankful for and a lot more out there for me to go get. So.
Yeah, I know where you're at. I had a little health scare, and I haven't had a drink in a year and 5 months.
Right on.
And really changed my life.
Good, yeah.
Relationships, job-wise. That's why I'm so proud of you. When I heard about that, and people don't realize how you get your life back in so many different ways, and that's why I'm so happy for you. The battle on the outside has helped you so much now.
100%. And I keep going back to it, but it's a perspective thing, and you find out how much more thankful you are for these little victories that you can find throughout the day. I think those are overlooked, throughout the course of your day. But something that I always go back to is just looking for little opportunities to be thankful and kind of take a step back and say, wow, that's really cool.
Let's end on this. For you and for a lot of the guys on the team right now, I've always said Oakland is the land of opportunity. Just talk about this opportunity for your career and what this could mean for you long term.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't believe it when my AAA manager in Nashville told me. I still don't, really believe it now, but just being here and kind of slowly realizing that this opportunity is in front of me and I'm living through it right now is just incredible. Being in Oakland, I know we're a very young team, and I've only been here a week, but I can just tell that there's a lot of talent here, and we're just staying positive with the vibes. You know what I mean? We're not going into games thinking we're going to lose. We're just going out there trying our best and having fun doing it, and we're learning every day.
Well, it's always great to see a Bay Area guy be successful, and also a guy who grew up an A's fan. I think that is always fantastic. Thanks for coming on the program.
100%.
And we want you here for a long time, so we want you being on this show for a long time. Good luck to you.
Sounds good to me. Thank you very much.
We got more coming up next right here on A's Cast Live.